What's up, you guys? Welcome back into another episode of the Battleground Podcast. Let me go ahead and tag in my tag team partner. Let's bring Eli in. Eli, what's going on, buddy?
I thought I was just gonna be a little tiny window
for a second there. It's Brian. Brian is back, so he is running the board today. And hearing about
just bouncing.
I know, hearing about a week, Impact is doing Slammiversary, which we're super pumped about. And
last year's Slammiversary is one of the best pay-per-views of the year. So
hands down, it was the best pay-per-view of the year. And we're looking at it, and you look at the card, and there's some great stuff happening. Like you've got Sami Callihan going after Kenny Omega for that Impact Championship, and then of course you've got the Knockouts champion, you've got the X Division champion, and then I'm sitting here looking, and I'm like, why isn't Violent by Design on the card? Like, are they not even allowed to show up? I mean, they're the tag team champs.
They took the belts back from New Japan, so I don't know.
I mean, does Impact not want Violent by Design there?
Maybe they're too violent, Eric Young's a crazy man, so like maybe
crazy is an understatement. Oh shoot.
Boys.
Eric,
boys.
My man. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
Yeah, so I feel like we made our presence pretty known on the last show. We're open to defending the World Tag Team Championships at Slammiversary, but I don't know if anybody wants any part of us.
I'm
not even at full go. I'm at like 25%. But I mean, we're the most violent group in wrestling. We have violence in our blood. I mean, the War Machine, Joe Doring, Diener, and myself. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if no one wants to step up and challenge us for the tag belts.
So you'd be okay with a night off in that situation if you couldn't find a competitor?
I love nights off.
Yeah,
I love nights off.
You still get that check, right?
Of course, Impact Slammiversary is happening on July 17th. You can watch it live on pay-per-view and Fight TV. It's going down here in Nashville. Tickets are sold out. They literally sold out like that in like 15, 20 minutes. And something actually also really cool that Impact is doing is there's some TV tapings that people could be a part of, which if you want to, you can get tickets to those TV tapings, impactwrestling.com, right?
That's correct. It's a long time coming. As a person that has been performing in front of nobody for 18 plus months, the fans are going to be excited, but I believe the performers are going to be equally as excited. And Slammiversary, obviously, it's the big one. It was a huge event last year. I was really proud to be part of it and be part of the resurgence of Impact Wrestling. Moving forward and growing like it has during a global pandemic. You got to tip your cap to management, to Anthem Sports, and to all the people that perform for the company. But yeah, I mean, being there and being in front of people again is going to be amazing. It's how pro wrestling is supposed to be. The crowd will be nuts. As a person that went to my first concert like 2 weeks ago at Basement East.
Oh, wow.
Here in Nashville. And I can tell you, I mean, it's going to be nuts, man. And I'm happy to be part of it. And then following up with the 2 TV tapings, like pro wrestling is meant to be in front of a live crowd. And this crowd is going to be wild. And if you get a chance, I think Monday there's some tickets still available. And Impact has been gracious enough to grant me with some. Like, look, Violent by Design, we want people to understand what's really going on. Mm-hmm. We want people's eyes open to the truth, and some people can't handle that. Some people don't want to know what's really going on. Some people don't want to know the full truth, but we want you to know. We want you to see it live and in person. And I'll be gifting 25 tickets for you guys to give away to some diehard Impact fans.
That's freaking amazing. EY, thank you so much for that. I know people are excited about that. When we found out that fans were going to be able to be back in the Impact Zone, it kind of takes me back to that early on days at the fairgrounds every Wednesday night. And now getting to hear you inviting our listeners to come to the Impact Zone to hang out with us and watch wrestling at the TV tapings. Dude, that is amazing. Thank you, EY.
I mean, you guys do great work. You mean, obviously people that are listening to this are people that are in the know, people that understand what Impact Wrestling is about. And it's written by pro wrestling fans, people that have done it before, for pro wrestling fans. You know, it's minute for minute the best pro wrestling show on TV, and that's just a fact. I mean, you can say whatever you want about the other things. And look, I'm a wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan since I was 3. I consume it daily, and for me, you know, minute for minute, the best pro wrestling show. Not television show. It's a pro wrestling show made for pro wrestling fans, and to me, it's not even close. It's the best, and now you get to see it in person.
Man, and that's gonna.
It seems like since at least about 2017, Impact's been this, and last year's Slammiversary was kind of like the exclamation point of building that. And so it'll be, you know, the TV tapings will be Monday, July 19th. It'll be a good time to see immediately what happens after this year's Slammiversary and get caught up on all the fallout from that and stuff.
Yeah, Slammiversary obviously is, you know, it changes everything every year, and this year will be no different. There will be some surprises. The main event will be off the charts. I'm willing to bet someone will step up and the world tag titles will be defended. Ultimate X is back. The women's division has been on fire basically the entire year, with some of the best matches on the card every week. So it's, you know, it's a great time to be part of it. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not pretty sure, I know that Slammiversary is completely sold out. It sold out in like 10 or 15 minutes. The following day, which is Sunday, those TVs, I'm pretty sure are almost full or are completely full now. So the only opportunity to see it live is the 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. taping. And now you guys got 25 tickets to give away to some deserving people.
That is amazing.
I mean,
we will come full force too.
I was going to say, as soon as the go ahead, you know, for fans to come back in, people started messaging us like, hey, do you know anything about tickets? How do we get in? And we're like, we're trying to figure it out like you guys, you know what I mean? So like
my phone was blowing up.
Oh man,
they're like Slammiversary's having people. How do you get tickets? And I was like, well, first of all,
we'll have no problem giving those away.
You go to impactwrestling.com if you wanted to get the tickets, but good luck getting them because they were gone in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And now that you have mentioned this, that we have 25 tickets for our listeners to come hang out with us on the Monday, July 19th, 7 to 10 p.m. taping. We'll put all the information how you can win these tickets, by the way. So make sure that you follow us on our social medias. The Instagram is at Battleground Podcast. Our Twitter is at Battleground IHR. And it's going to be exciting to be in the stands and sitting there live wrestling event because it's been over a year since we've got to see something.
February 2020 is the last time we saw live
That's
wrestling.
crazy.
Yeah. So we're ready for it.
Yeah.
Man, and we're looking forward to seeing who's gonna, you know, step up to the plate and see who's gonna take on you guys at Slammiversary.
Yeah, we're not sweating it. You know, with power comes control, and that's what we're after. Slammiversary is going to change the landscape of pro wrestling. You know, there's not a doubt in my mind. That happened last year. I was a part of that. We changed, like you guys were saying, was kind of an exclamation on the growth of the company and raised the bar to another level. You know, the people that showed up, and I put myself in that category. Obviously, the night didn't go as I had planned it, but you know, voted match of the year, voted surprise of the year by the wrestling fans. It's a massive deal for me. I love proving people wrong, man. I've been a fan of shoving it up people's you-know-what for a long time, and that's exactly what I did that night, and I've done that basically every week since. And Slammiversary this year will be no different. It's a show made for pro wrestling fans, and that's what I'm proud about.
Man, and we're excited to be there at Slammiversary, and of course, you guys are going to be super excited to be there with us, hanging out in the Impact Zone. We're having our own Battleground Podcast section, right? Everybody's going to be together, or are we going to be all separated?
Better be a rowdy bunch. That's what I know. 25 all huddled up in a in a group together. You know, I mean, like you guys said, it's, you know, 18 plus months of not wrestling in front of people. And as a person that's wrestled in front of nobody for a long time, it is brutal and it is awful. And it's a weird thing. It's like we live this weird part of history. You know, I'm part of this brother and sisterhood that, you know, actively kept wrestling alive during this time under some pretty weird conditions, wrestling in front of nobody. I did it a lot independently when I first started, but at that point you don't care. But you know, doing a live television product in front of nobody is very weird. But I think all the wrestling companies are better off for it, and it's weird to be part of that brotherhood. You know, like you know, I was, you know, 50 years they're going to talk about this. Remember when for an entire calendar year the wrestling was, you know, took place in front of nobody live, and it's I would change it and, you know, wish that coronavirus never existed, but it did. And a lot of hard work by a lot of people, me being, you know, the lowest on the totem pole, was done and set by Impact Wrestling and Anthem Sports. And this Slammiversary and these tapings will be a celebration of that. And it's going to be amazing, man. And you guys, you and your 25 maniacs are going to get to reap the benefits.
Nice. And we're pretty pumped about that. Is it, you know, not trying to throw you off or anything, is it going to be an emotional thing walking through that curtain and seeing fans out there?
Yeah, I think so,
kind of
man.
Pull it together.
I you know, I consider myself a pretty emotional guy. Like I'll watch America's Got Talent and be bawling my eyes out watching people live their dream. Sure. And you know, I'm an emotional person. I'm not afraid. And if you make fun of me, I'll choke the life from you. But I am an emotional person, and I know most people that night will be pretty emotional, whether they hold it in. But you know, it will be an outpouring of effort. You know, an outpouring of, you know, this pent up energy. And I can say wrestling in front of people is the reward for all the work that you do as a wrestler and all the stuff that wrestling fans don't see, the, you know, the long days and the early mornings, the workouts, the, you know, the grind of it. And I'm friends with a lot of pro athletes here in Nashville, and they're always like, oh, well, when's your off season? It's like, I haven't had an off season in 17 years.
Yeah. I
mean, I've never taken a day off. This, you know, my torn ACL will be 6 months. That's the longest I've gone without wrestling since 1997. And it's not even close. The next closest was my 90 days after I got fired by the WWE. So 6 months, I mean, obviously I won't be in the ring, but I will be performing at Slammiversary and at the tapings. Vinyl by Design is going to be a huge part of the stuff. And I can guarantee you, if you get an opportunity to be there, you will not want to miss it. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity for a wrestling fan to be part of the first crowd that's going to be a welcome back through the doors at Impact Wrestling. It's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, and of course, you can win tickets to hang out with us at the Monday, July 19th taping. It's going to be from 7 to 10 p.m., so make sure you head on over to our social medias. Instagram is at Battleground Podcast. Twitter is Battleground IHR. And, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll put some information down here in the comment section. But this is kind of like a full circle moment for me. Being there for the very first TNA NWA show and then getting to be there for the first Impact show with fans. So this is a full circle moment for me. So this is an exciting time for me to be an Impact fan.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I mean, you understand the lineage and the blood and the sweat of, you know, thousands of people have gone into to where this company is now. And its resurgence over the last, you know, couple years. And it's cool to be part of it. And I mean, nobody understands that like the fans here in the state of Tennessee and people that went to the early on, you know, pay-per-view tapings at the fairgrounds and, you know, what everyone thought it was going to be and how, you know, lots of people were saying it was going to fail and fall flat on its face. Well, here it is, 2021. It's still around. It's obviously a completely different company owned by a completely different group of people, ran by a completely different group of people. But in my opinion, as a person that spent the majority of my professional career in this company, it's never been this good. And I don't think it's even close. And it's even when we were on Spike and doing big numbers and, you know, a lot of guys were making very good money. But I think, you know, soul for soul, the roster right now has got limitless potential. And that's, as a person that just loves to perform and wish all the other bull would just fade away. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but
you can. We've got bleep buttons. You're good.
Yeah. So it's cool to be part of it, man. It will be a historic night, Slammiversary. It is every year. This year might be one of the most historic nights, and I think the big part of that is the fans coming back into the building, and that it changes everything, and it really does. And that's not, not blowing smoke up fans' butts or saying something or trying to get people to come. Like, if I was a wrestling fan and I was in driving distance of this place, I would do anything to be in attendance that night. And I think a lot of people did, and that's why the tickets sold out so quick. Yeah. But there's still an opportunity. You guys got 25 tickets. I know there's still some available for the last day. And those days it sets the tone for the rest of the year. Slammiversary is the big one. Obviously, Bound for Glory is a massive one too, coming up in October. But Slammiversary is the flagship pay-per-view of this company, and everything will change that night, and we'll set the table for the rest of the year on those next nights. The guys and girls are going to be, they're going to be nuts, man. They're going to be going all out. And a little bit, I'm kind of glad that I'm on the shelf, because I probably hurt myself. I've been going so hard.
You probably want to get out there and be like, it's okay. I can,
Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's I'm 3 months into rehab now, and if I drink enough beers and take enough medicine, I believe I could wrestle right now.
Get you enough liquid courage in you. You're good.
Yeah. There's definitely nights some late nights on my back porch. I'm like, I'm just gonna call Scott and tell him I'm ready.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet, but I've been pretty close. So I'll be biting at the bit, man. It'll be cool just to be there and to perform in front of the people, be part of an historic evening, being part of something special, man. And anyone that ever trained, and I got into wrestling, and had nothing to do with being on TV. It had nothing to do with fame. It had nothing to do with money. I got into wrestling because I love it. And unfortunately, you only get to do that a little bit once it becomes your career. But when you do, it makes it all worth it, man. And Slammiversary and the tapings after are going to be special for everybody, us included.
Yeah, and it's going to be some exciting stuff. And again, Eric, thank you so much for gifting us those tickets. We are super pumped to be there, and we're going to be definitely the loudest, rowdiest group there, and maybe we could be like official, unofficial members of Violent by Design that night on Monday, July 19th.
I'll be paying attention. I always am.
Eric, thank you so much, man, for this, and we're looking forward to being there at Slammiversary, and of course the Monday taping, July 19th, 7 to 10 o'clock for you guys out there listening. If you want to win, go ahead and just mark off July 19th so you could be there. And of course, if you want to buy tickets, you can still grab some more. You can hit up impactwrestling.com.